What's going on, historians from around the internet? Welcome back to the Old History Project, part of the Old History Social Media Project. I said that twice. Here we are in Hawkins County, and at the wishes of the owner, I can't really say where we are, but we're continuing with the trend here of haunted history, I guess you could say. Last video I made earlier in October was over Davy Crockett's grandparents. Now, I recorded these in September. All of these, at least most of the videos have been recorded in September. Anyway, last video was over Davy Crockett's grandparents, because I always thought that was an interesting thing, and I'd never been there to see it. And you know, some people don't know just who is buried there. You know, you pass by it every day. So this one isn't really, to say, important. Just really what happened behind it is equally as important. So before we begin, I'd just like to remind everybody that I have a Patreon set up where you can donate to your favorite internet historian. It is not required at all to donate, but just there if you want it. So, alright, the whole thing behind this cemetery is this is where a guy named Lazarus Spears, oh, not that guy, was murdered by bushwhackers. And hold on, let me in my shoe. Where is he? So this is where most of the Spears family is buried. So you can see here on this guy's tombstone, Lazarus D. Spears, murdered January 15th, 1865. Okay. Well, now this guy, as far as I know, didn't have any special thing that he done or whatever. But he's worthy because of what happened. Well, according to Hawkins County historian and a friend of mine, Rodney Farrell, Lazarus was on the Webster farm, which is just across the river that way. Hold on now, I wrote all this down. Where he was shot, he was across the river on the Webster farm where he was shot and killed by bushwhackers. And his sister, Rachel, well, she died sometime, she died sooner than that. One of his sisters found him in the barn accordingly, and brought him back, and you know, of course, he was buried. Now the story of the bushwhackers, this reflects something that happened across all of the United States during the Civil War, at least all of the states that were present, because every Tennessee community, or just use Tennessee for an example, faced the threat of irregular warfare, as it was called then. Today you would know it as guerrilla warfare or something similar to that. Irregular warfare usually involved a small group of men, not under the command of an army unit, but who were attempting to damage the other side. These attempts could include burning bridges, derailing trains, attacking supply wagons, or even killing people. And so what might have been here is, we don't know if this family might have been Union sympathizers or Confederate sympathizers, and maybe one or the other side was just trying to get back. You know, he's trying to damage some support that they might have had, you know. So early, they were also trying to, this was also probably the same band of people that was trying to destroy the East Tennessee and Virginia Railroad. So as it's been said, these actions were considered outside of the rules of civilized warfare, and although each side encouraged such actions, not surprisingly, some of these acts were committed for personal gain or revenge and were not for warfare at all. The lines of legitimate combat and dangerous criminal became pretty blurred. And this happened out of the greater context of the Battle of Big Creek, which now Rogersville it didn't really see anything significant, to say the least. But the Battle of Big Creek was a skirmish, and I've done a podcast over this. But for those that don't know, basically what happened was the Confederates, well, the Battle of Big Creek is where a Union garrison post was attacked by Confederates in November of 1863. The Confederates captured 4 pieces of artillery together with General Garrard's wagons and about 700 prisoners and 500 fugitives. Basically, the Confederates just basically outnumbered them like 3 to 1 and shoot them right back across the river. And it's a whole thing. And if you want to read more about it, I'll post a link below on the Civil War Trails thing where it talks about it. So the whole reason I was up here in the first place is because one of my friends at work, apparently his family lived out here, and I guess he misread the tombstone and said that there was a spy buried out here. And I tried to find something out about it, and that's when I hollered at the Hawkins County historian. So nonetheless, an interesting thing to know about where he is. Here I am tromping all over these people. But it's in the middle of nowhere, on a way out here in the boonies. You never even know this place is here. So, and apparently it hasn't been cared for in quite some time. So here's just your knowledge for today. Hope everybody enjoyed the video. I'm trying to make it a little shorter than the last one. So next week you should look for a video on Andrew Johnson. That's where I'm headed next after I shoot this video. So thanks everybody for watching, and have a great rest of your day.